Innovations in entrepreneurship. Are you looking to change to a healthier lifestyle? Do you have a hard time finding healthy options at events such as the farmers market? This is why we need places like Wholesome Hal's. Hi, I'm Hallie Thompson, owner of Wholesome Hal's, a smoothie bowl and healthy food stand here in Great Falls, and I'm looking to expand my footprint. I kickstarted my business in the summer of 2019 at the Great Falls Farmers Market, selling mango, strawberry banana, peach raspberry, and blueberry cardamom smoothie bowls, as well as gluten-free banana bread and gluten-free protein balls. During the winter, I sold it at my school's concession stands as well as took local orders. I am passionate about healthy food and proving to people that it doesn't have to be flavorless. There are a lot of people who are looking to change to a healthier lifestyle, whether it is to lose weight or to overall improve their health. However, what is stopping them is this negative connotation that healthy food is expensive and bland, that in order to get the results they desire, they need to cut out tasty food. However, this is not the case. Wholesome Hal's is healthy, inexpensive, and delicious. There is a demand, and I am fulfilling it. I started my business after winning second place in a $500 scholarship at the City Shark Tank competition here in Great Falls. I spoke in front of a few hundred people and 6 judges who are community leaders and convinced them to invest in my business. I then had $500 burning a hole in my pocket and a desire to make my business plan a reality. I began calling the farmers market and visiting the City County Health Department to get Wholesome House off the ground. A few months later and a few blunders later, I was at my farmers market debut. It was so satisfying to be selling all natural, wholesome snacks surrounded by junk foods such as fry bread, cotton candy, fried meat on a stick, cupcakes, cinnamon rolls, and so much more, and to have people lined up to get a smoothie bowl. My objective is to spread the word that healthy food is not only good for you, but also good tasting. I accomplished this the past 2 summers, and that is why I am here today to ask for your investment. Originally, my plan was for Wholesome House to be a food truck. However, one of the sharks, or businessmen, suggested that I test out the market at the farmers market before jumping into the large investment of buying a food truck. However, now Wholesome House is ready to hit the road, literally. Let me tell you a little bit more so you can get a taste of what Wholesome House is all about. Everybody who has came to my stand has left knowing that healthy food can in fact be delicious, whether they had a smoothie bowl, protein balls, or my banana bread. Every single item on my menu contains a superfood. That is a food packed with important nutrients that your body needs. So not only do my products lack unnecessary refined sugar, but they also contain important nutrients that your body needs. For example, my protein balls contain 3.6 grams of protein and 5 superfoods. They contain good fibers, omega-3 fatty acids, antiviral properties, antioxidants, and clean fat. They've also gone through minimal processing as well. The same summer that I launched, I was struggling with TMJ, which is a joint dysfunction in my jaw. I couldn't open my mouth wide enough to eat a hamburger. The specialist that I was seeing thought that this could be a result of an allergen. So I cut out sugar, gluten, and other common allergens for a month. It was amazing how good I felt. I had more energy, my joints felt amazing, and my mind was sharper. Everybody that I talked to about my diet change were super surprised and said that they could never do it. As a fellow carb lover, it was challenging. However, once I got started, I didn't even miss some of my favorite foods. That same summer, me and my family also went on a vacation in France, where I ate a croissant at every meal. It was delicious, but by the end, I missed my wholesome foods. As a dedicated athlete, I've always valued the importance of food and the role it plays in my performance. And as I get older, and hopefully wiser, it just becomes more and more clear to me how important it is, whether you're an athlete or not. If you're not conscious of what you are eating, it becomes so easy to fall into the bad habit of stopping to get fast food 3 times a week. This is a habit that can be very hard to break. However, having wholesome, nutritious food that is both delicious as well makes it so much easier to tackle a diet change. I have had several speaking engagements in the last 2 years where I am able to grow my brand and spread my message. I was able to talk at the Great Falls Public Schools District Board meeting as well as at the Great Falls Chamber of Commerce Leadership High program. I also had the incredible opportunity to speak with a Northwestern Energy Leadership Group that was pushing the company to become greener by eliminating things like styrofoam cups in their break rooms. I was asked to speak and serve my food for the executive team as an example of a small business that is dedicated to being green. I use compostable sacks for my protein balls and banana bread. I use biodegradable gloves and garbage sacks, and I use wooden spoons and paper bowls. The board of directors has now asked the company to implement the policy that my leadership group drafted. The plastic footprint the human race is leaving on the planet is unacceptable, and I am doing my best to not contribute to it, and I am proud to spread this message. When I was first creating my business plan, I realized that if I were to use all plastic for my products, I would use 174 pounds of plastics in one season. This is unacceptable to me, and it was eye-opening. I have become very passionate about sustainability, and I have found a lot about the alternatives to plastic and how they are not that much more expensive than plastic. I did my junior research on big food companies, which are multinational companies that dominate the market. They are some of the biggest contributors to both plastic pollution and climate change, and they are unwilling to change due to corporate greed. I've realized how important it is to be aware of who you are buying from, what you are supporting, and what you are eating. I started a blog this past spring where I talk about Wholesome Hal's sustainability mission, which is being accomplished in 3 ways. 1, I am promoting healthy eating so my customers can sustain good health. 2, I am using all plastic alternatives to sustain the environment. And 3, I am promoting social justice on my blog to sustain a strong sense of community here in Great Falls where everybody is given equal opportunities. One of my favorite parts about my business is my customers. I love hearing them talk about my food and seeing them comment on my Instagram and Facebook page. One of my most loyal customers is a fellow vendor at the farmer's market. He's in his 70s and on a strict diet due to diabetes. He quizzed me on my ingredients and was happy to hear that my smoothie bowls contain no sugar. Another woman stopped by to get more protein balls, saying that they were absolutely sinful. You don't have to feel guilty for eating them. However, they're so delicious you can't help but feel like you're eating a cookie. I also have had several people with celiac disease, an immune reaction to eating gluten, that have enjoyed my gluten-free alternatives, as well as several customers with lactose intolerant who enjoyed my dairy-free smoothie bowls. I also had one guy stop by after a run and later commented on my Instagram saying that, quote, "Those protein balls were fantastic. It was just what I needed." Wholesome Hal's has been very successful in the last 2 summers, and I am excited to expand in the coming years. I hope to add several items such as fruit bars, boxed water, new smoothie flavors, and toppings, and I could not be more excited to see where Wholesome Hal's will go. As I look to expand, I see the value in getting a food truck. I would be able to have running water and therefore have a portable kitchen, which would allow me to expand the events that I can attend, as currently I cannot attend more than 4 hours. This is because I am running my business out of a converted horse trailer. My freezer sits in the back, and my workers load the blenders on a makeshift shelf before taking it out to blend in front of my customers. Having a food truck would allow me to add a refrigerator to my setup as well, which would allow me to expand my menu to include things like matcha lattes and protein shakes. I would also be able to register as a permanent vendor, which would allow me to attend more events, such as a sidewalk sale that I attended my first year selling. Being a permanent vendor allows me to not be able to pay the one-time expense to get temporary food licenses for every new location. I have looked into several food trucks, but I fell in love with this cute electric food truck. It would be great for advertising, and I love that I would be able to cut gas out of my business to make it more sustainable. I have done some projections to ensure you that investing in Wholesome Hal's is the right choice. I would be able to pay off the $27,000 food truck by the year 2025 based off of a 6% interest loan. Next year, I plan to study sustainability and business at Concordia Moorhead. With the dreams of expanding into a brick-and-mortar Wholesome House, I plan to grow from a smoothie business into a full-blown sustainable grocery store that offers ethically made, plastic-free, locally sourced products. I also plan to offer sustainable fashion options, both more expensive organic clothing as well as cheaper thrifting options. I also love the idea of offering composting services to Great Falls citizens, as it will make our community so much greener. My plan starts with you, by investing in my business and helping me buy a food truck. From there, I will continue to expand. Healthy food and eco-friendly options are going to dominate the market in the coming years as people become more aware of what they are buying, eating, and supporting. I hope you choose to invest now in Wholesome Hals. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.